And I made a lot of the business decisions as far as amenities and services based on the information that we saw on PriceLab and the market dashboard. So we got started about 12 months ago. We started operations 12 months ago. We have been working on this project for about 18 to 20 months. It is a family-owned business. It is my sister, who is the property manager, and myself as the founder of this glamping village that is located in Honduras, Central America. We were very disciplined from the very beginning. Even when we didn't have a physical unit, we already had a brand and we have all the marketing channels set up. We showcased to our customers since the very beginning how we were building the units, what colors, the tiles, and we were surveying our customers in regards to like the amenities that they wanted to see and the services they want us to provide. Flash forward to the last 6 to 8 months, we have been very busy. Our job is technically not sell the weekends because they sell by themselves. It's actually selling the other days, the shoulder days, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We are a hospitality, I like to call ourselves, we are a hospitality startup, but we're very data driven and we take a lot of input from our customers. So as we were building the units, with some, with the data that we got from obviously your platform, we validated this in real time with our customers by engaging them on TikToks or Instagrams and asking them and surveying them, hey, do you want a pool or do you want a hot tub? And, we realized that hot tubs were very popular, so we decided to add a hot tub per unit. We wanted to build a place where people, when they arrive, and we had this example, we have customers that come in and rent for the first time, and then they tell us, I remember when you put the foundation of this house, I saw it on Instagram. I remember when you picked the tile for the island in the kitchen, I saw it on Instagram. I was part of having an opinion on it. So people are really invested by the time they get to the door. From back in 2022, back in 2021, actually, right after the pandemic, the idea of Tiny Pines became a concept. We came up with the logo, the colors, the language, and we were unsure whether we wanted to open operations in the States or we wanted to open operations in Honduras, which is where I was born. So then we realized that we wanted to open overseas because the startup cost is a lot less than doing it in the States, and we figured that we'll be able to open more units quicker. One of the challenges was we didn't have any data. We needed to understand, and hospitality business, like real estate, are location, location, location. We reach out to Airbnb, asking them for some data. They didn't really provide the data that we were looking for. We went to AirDNA. AirDNA was really strong and very loaded of information in the States, but it wasn't as much in a market that is not as mature as the United States, which is Honduras and Central America. So I had seen the PriceLabs dynamic pricing, and then I saw that they launched the market dashboard because they were entering the data analysis and market tooling sector. And I signed up for the market and I was able to set the ratio, and I learned about the metrics and the KPIs on the knowledge base of the website. So I self-taught myself about a lot of these metrics. Even though I didn't have any units, I wanted to ensure that this was like learning a new language, and I wanted to ensure that I will take advantage of the data that was being shown in every single dashboard in your report. So I signed up for you guys at the end of 2022. Again, this is when none of our units were built. And then I made a lot of the business decisions as far as amenities and services based on the information that we saw on PriceLab and the market dashboard. first and foremost is the legends and the content around teaching the user what the metrics means. All the little tooltips that you have in each of the dashboards is very useful, especially for somebody who never seen a dashboard or is not really good with data. It makes it very intuitive, even for people who think that they need to be good at math to understand these metrics, because there's this misconception that you have to be good at math to understand data. That is something that I really enjoy. And once I was completed and done with that stage, the other dashboards and features that I personally understood better was, the lead time for reservations was really important to us. The kind of amenities that the surrounding units and the surrounding areas were offering, the desirable amenities that customers value a lot was another data point that it was really important. And also the distribution of units, how many bedrooms the unit needed to have in order to host the right amount of people. So those are some of the things that we really love. Obviously the RevPAR dashboard is really great. The occupancy rates is really awesome as well. And the fact that you can set as well the radio that you want to work on, whether it's 25 miles, 50 miles, and then you can kind of understand your competition and understand and estimate how much gross revenue they're making and at which price point. Honduras is although we are in an area where the weather is not as tropical as the coast of Honduras, our thesis, without looking at the data initially, was that people will value a lot having a pool. We then, after gathering the information through the dashboard, we realized that the number one amenity desired by a lot of the customers were hot tubs. And we initially thought that it was really not intuitive, because you're thinking about hot weather in a hot tub, people will not get on it. But the data was there backing that thesis and backing that idea. So we went ahead and decided not to build a pool at the property, and instead save that money and install hot tubs in each of the units, because another data point that we saw is that the average user indicated in the market dashboard that they were groups of two, which told us that these were couples retreats, and couples typically utilize hot tubs, but they wanted to be private, right? So that was one of the decisions, and it has been one of the main attractives that our units have over our competitors, and it has brought a lot of business in. Base your decisions half intuition and half data. Let the data lead your decisions, and then layer on top a little bit of what you think is going to work out. Don't wait until you are completely set up to get feedback from your customers or potential customers. Try to get out there and gather from your customers what is that they desire as amenities and services is concerned, and then go back to your dashboard and validate that. If people are more inclined to pick, breakfast included, and you're seeing that in the data and you're seeing that on Instagram, then make that executive decision and offer breakfast in your rates, right? I think a lot of operators like us, right, are family businesses, and I think that in a way the market dashboard help us to run our businesses more as a little bit of a corporation in that sense, but it's still keeping it family oriented, community oriented, and small enough that you can make those decisions and not become this big corporation. But yes, base your decisions on the data that you're looking at. Don't base 100% of them on the data all the time. Add a little bit of your intuition, and please take into consideration the feedback of the customers and what they tell you. Engage them. Ask them what they want before you even produce the final product.